Here I have a Samsung Galaxy S9 and it's liquid damage again. So this is a common problem when you have a phone that falls into water. What you should do is take it immediately to a phone repair shop to get the water out immediately. Putting it in rice will not work, especially if it's salt water. So the best thing that you can do is actually open up the phone and then use some heat to get all the moisture out, especially if it fell totally in the water. If it's just splashed and you have a little bit of water, using the rice method may work, but I highly recommend opening up your device so that you can take out all the water here. So I took off the back case there, and then I can have a look inside the phone, and so that we can see if we can repair this. This has a wireless control module at on the back as well, so you can just take off that clip there. Again, charging with the phone using wireless charging is not very efficient. I would always recommend using the wire for charging. So I'm just using my hot air gun here at 200 degrees Celsius just to evaporate any other moisture. It does look like this phone has fallen into some salt water because there is a lot of corrosion. I can see all the little white on the circuit board here. The battery is a little bit swollen as well, so you probably have a bad battery as well there. So we can just take that out, and you want to remove all the circuitries and then use your hot air gun to remove all the liquid. So on this, I can even touch it with my finger, and there's some liquid in the bottom there. So just using the heat will get it evaporated. This phone has already been into the rice for several days, and still the liquid will not come out. So you do have to open it up. Only if it was a really good seal and the ports were sealed and it fell in the water, maybe it would work. But also, just a reminder, do not try to start your phone when you have a liquid damage. Make sure you open it up. Make sure you get all the water out before you turn it on, because it will break your phone even more when you try to power it on. So don't be tempted. If it's in water, take it to a shop, get it cleaned up, get all the liquid out, then you can try it. Because if you try to turn it on, it will break it. So water and electronics do not mix. So to clean this, I'm just using isopropyl alcohol, about 95%, and don't use water to clean your phone. Use that alcohol because alcohol will evaporate really quickly, and so then you won't have any issues with the connection there. So I'm just cleaning up any of the rest spots using the isopropyl alcohol there. We'll see if we can get some power to this phone and get it working again there. So I'm just going to take out the main board. So I've taken out the main board, and you can see at the very bottom there's puddles of water. Just look at all the water. No way that this phone's going to be starting with all that there. This phone is already not looking too good because it already was tried to start, which can cause the circuitry to break inside. So but we'll get it. We'll have a look at it, see what we can do there. I'm just again using the hot air gun about 200 to evaporate about anything over 100 should be good for getting the water to evaporate. And the main board, I looked under the scope and the connector is gone, and that's because there would be liquid there and it would just short out when you try to power on the phone, and then it just burns it. So this circuitry is not looking good, and also there's some parts that are loose. So you would have to take it to a professional to take off the RAM and maybe do a swap, but that is very, very difficult to do, and it's very tricky. So this is where the port has blown. I've plugged it in, so if this is where the power connector is connecting, but plugging it into the USB, it is not getting any power because the lines are basically all corroded, all gone there. So you would have to replace that connector or have a swap part there, or someone who can take off the RAM there and then swap it to a good phone that is working. It is possible to get your data out, but you would have to pay quite a bit of money, and they would have to have the special tools to remove the RAM to get your pictures off. So again, if that's it of this video, if it falls in the water, go open it and get the water out before you try to start. I'll see you guys in the next one.